Are you ready for an update? You probably are, because I skipped it last week because I was out of town, and what can I say? Sometimes things just don't get updated. And it's Monday, so some games aren't final, and I'm going to be out of town tomorrow, so I'm going to make some presumptions about what's going to happen in this week. And so if I'm wrong, what can I say? Money back guarantee. So there you go. Speaking of money, pay me if you haven't already done that, and most of you haven't. So pay me, or I will mock you a second time. All right, here we go. Coming into week 5, we had a very interesting situation. Superman division, Liam Neeson dropped his second straight. You Betcha has won 3 in a row coming into this week, and they're tied atop Superman division. Flaming Homers, Smell This, DeBiz, all following that, and the Invisible Cows are, truly invisible on the field, unfortunately, for Jake. Over in the Batman division, Rough the Passers, 5-0, despite, I don't know. It's just one of those things, I guess. Keeps getting weak opponents from week after week. Not that he's doing bad, but, 90, 97, 90, I think his average points scored against him is 93. Jolly Rogers, still on a hot streak. Ghetto Superstar 3-2, and then the rest are 2-3. So, welcome to week 6. Week 6. Here we go. All right, this game is over. Flaming Homers played the Invisible Cows, and I just have bad news for the rest of the NFL. He's back. The Brady man is back. 5 touchdown passes would be enough, but in the second quarter alone, how about that? They pulled him out after the third quarter. He racked up 217,000 points, and that led the Flaming Homers to a 192-138 win over the Invisible Cows. Invisible Cows putting up some points. Wasn't enough this week, but it's 192 points. No one's going to beat that. But still, those are good numbers, especially compared to the Smell This DeBiz game, which I'm going to go ahead and call this for DeBiz, unless No Sean Marino has a crazy night tonight. DeBiz ought to win this. He's got a 16-point lead and a kicker, whereas Smell This has a running back. Probably get about 10 points. They'll probably sort of neutralize each other. And it should balance out to where DeBiz pulls this off and goes to 3-3, while Smell This drops to 2-4, which I think, frankly, is probably a little more comfortable for Drew. Anyway, so that should be that. And Smack Attack 3 versus the Eye. The Eye seems to have sort of gotten his footing a little bit over the last couple of weeks. 149 points with the Denver defense left to go, so that's going to end up being a really impressive number of points. Over on the Smack Attack 3 side, he's got Eddie Royal, and that's not going to be enough, as he's only got 84 points. I don't think Eddie Royal is going to close that, 65-point gap. I don't see that happening. Could happen if he were Tom Brady, but he's not. So the Eye should win that one and pull up to 3-3, and Smack Attack should be on his way down to 2-4, unfortunately. All right. Liam Neeson, You Betcha. I'm going to go ahead and call this one for You Betcha. 168 points with Brandon Marshall still to go tonight. Over on the Liam Neeson side, he is done. So he finishes with 83 points. Nate Washington brought shame to his family with a negative 2.2 points. In Tennessee, Tennessee pretty much brought shame to their families in their 59-0 loss to the Patriots. Yes! But anyway, 83 ain't going to get it done most weeks, and especially against a guy. Scored 168 points, including 61 from Drew Brees, 28 from Thomas Jones, 20 from Owen Daniels, 17 from Sidney Rice, 15 from Derek Mason. The list goes on and on and on. So You Betcha should go to 4-2, and Liam Neeson should drop to 3-3, which creates an interesting situation. Puts You Betcha on top in the Superman division, and drops Liam Neeson into a tie with the Flaming Homers for second, which will be broken by points, which Flaming Homers will lead. So, let's see. Jolly Rogers and Ghetto Superstar. This one is not officially over, but it is. Vincent Jackson is going for Ghetto, and Antonio Gates for Jolly Rogers, but I do not see Antonio Gates overcoming the 75-point lead the Ghetto Superstar has, unless he were Tom Brady, but he's not. Did I say that already? Anyway, Ghetto Superstar should go to 4-2, and the Jolly Roger should drop to 4-2, which makes for an interesting set of circumstances. Both of them will be tied for second in the Batman division. And speaking of the Batman division, the luckiest man in fantasy football, Rough the Passer, I think, let me just verify this. Yep, he's got this one. He's got this one, and I can't actually say he was super lucky this week. Bretta came up with 136 points, including 44 from Aaron Rodgers, 10 from a bunch of guys, 25 from the New England defense. Yes! But it's not enough because Ruff the Passer got 61 from Matt Schaub. You know, that shows you the separation between football and fantasy football when Matt Schaub is good. 61 points. Bits and pieces from other guys, 26 from the Green Bay defense, and he's still got LaDainian Tomlinson and Nate Kading to go tonight. So that should end up being, a pretty good score. Ruff the Passer's going to win and go to 6-0. The only undefeated, he's the Saints and Vikings equivalent in the Westside Fantasy Premier. He'll be 6-0. Jolly Rogers and Ghetto Superstar will be a couple games behind him, and that'll be 6 games in a row for him. I do want to point out that I don't care. I was going to point it out, but I really don't care. So anyway, another good week. If I'm wrong on any of those, I'd be very surprised, but it's possible. So I would say start thinking about next week. Next week we've got some interesting matchups. Let's see who I can foment. All I can say is that the I should try to beat Ruff the Passer because really, somebody needs to beat him at some point. Unless they don't, in which case, whatever. All right, that's it. Hope you all have a good week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.